Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Dear meritorious children, welcome to Mirror of Dhamma program. Today, in this program, we are going to learn a wonderful Jataka story. I know all of you like to listen to the Jataka stories, but before that, I have a question for you. Have you ever been punished by your teachers or your parents? Have you ever? I guess all of us have been punished by our parents and teachers. Children, do you know why our parents and the teachers always do the same thing, always punish us, or why they keep on advising, or why they keep on advising on what to do and what not to do, and why they keep us watching always what we are doing? What's the reason behind this? So that's a serious question, right? So today, in this Dhamma program, we are going to find the answer for this serious question from a wonderful Jataka story that our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us. So before that, let's pay homage to the Supreme Buddha and let's go for refuge to the Triple Gems. And after observing 5 precepts, let's learn this amazing and wonderful Jataka story. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Before observing 5 precepts, let's pay homage to the Supreme Buddha and let's go for refuge to the Triple Gems. Say with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi, Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, to rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, Theravada Saranai. Dear meritorious children, so as I said before, why our parents and teachers punish us? Why do they blame us for our misdeeds and the faults that we are doing? And why they keep on advising always about the good things to do and the bad things that not to do? Why they do like that? So to find the answer, let's go back to thousands and thousands years to the past. Now it was the time the King Brahmadatta was ruling in the kingdom of Varanasi. In that time, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, was born as Mahabodhisattva, to a Brahmin family, as a Brahmin. So our Mahabodhisattva, when he became young, he had his education perfectly and he became the headmaster of the royal school of Takshila. Now our King Brahmadatta had a son who was very young. Now King Brahmadatta decided to crown this young prince as the next king of Varanasi. So children, becoming a king is not an easy task. It needs a lot of education. The princes should learn each and every skills and crafts that a king should possess. So the king decided to send this young prince to the royal school of Takshila. So obeying to the orders of the king, the prince set off to the royal school. So he got some water to drink in his journey and food to eat and a bag of 1,000 gold coins for the payment. That was the payment for the teacher who was teaching him. So the prince traveled miles and miles across the country and gradually turned up in the school. After the arrival of the prince, he met with the headmaster, which was our Mahabodhisattva. Now the headmaster looked into this prince and asked, "From where are you, son?" Then the prince replied, "I am from Varanasi, dear headmaster." Then he said, Varanasi, so who's your father?" Then the prince replied, "My father is the king of Varanasi, dear headmaster." Then the headmaster said, "Oh, then you are a royal prince. So son, what made you here?" he asked. Then the prince replied, "I came here to have my education, dear headmaster." Then the headmaster asked from the prince, "Okay, very well. So you came to have your education. So did you bring your payments to the teacher?" he asked. Then after that, the prince took the bag with 1,000 gold coins and offered to the teacher and paid respect. And from that day on, our prince stayed in the school and started his education. Few days later, the teacher, the headmaster, and his bunch of students was going to the river to have the bath. So when they were going, the prince saw an amazing thing beside the road. He saw an old lady was drying sesame seeds on a mat under the sunlight. Now the prince was fond of eating sesame. So he could not control himself, and what he did was he secretly went to the mat and snapped a handful of sesame and chucked it inside the mouth. But children, the prince wasn't that smart to steal secretly sesame from the mat, because the old lady saw what the prince was doing. But she didn't care about the thing that the prince did, because she thought that the boy must be in hunger, so that's why he stole a handful of sesame. So it's no problem. So she didn't care about the thing that prince did. But in the second day, the prince did the same thing. He stole another handful of sesame out of her mat. And on that day, the old lady was so upset, but she didn't say anything. She kept quiet. And it came the third day, and it was the real bad day for the prince. When he's about to steal the sesame out of the mat, the old lady jumped into the prince and grabbed him from the hand and started yelling at the headmaster. The old lady said, "Look, headmaster, look how your children misbehave. This nasty kid stole sesame out of my mat for 3 days, and I kept quiet. But if he's going to do the same thing again and again, I will lose all of my sesame and I will be in hunger. Is this how you teach your children to behave? Are you teaching your children to steal or what?" She blasted off in front of the headmaster. Now the headmaster apologized from the ladies. He said, "Oh lady, I am really sorry about what the boy has done. I will pay for the stolen sesame." And after said that, the old lady screamed in anger. She said, "I don't want your money. I just want to tell that teach your children how to behave, and teach your children that not to steal anything from others. That's what I'm saying," she said. Now children, after that it came the real bad time for the prince. The headmaster ordered 2 of his students to grab from both of his hands. And what the headmaster did was, the headmaster took a bamboo stick and he whacked hardly 3 times on the prince's back. After having this punishment, the prince felt excruciating pain, and he was in anger on the headmaster. He stared from head to foot of the headmaster with eyes filled with pain, anger, and resentment. And he thought to himself, okay, there will be a day that I become the king. And after that, you're going to get what you deserved, headmaster. You'll have to pay from your life for what you did to me today. I will surely take the revenge from you. Thinking like this, the prince ran back to the school. Now the headmaster understood that the prince was in anger about him. But he didn't care about the consequences that comes in the future. So children, time passed. The prince had his education very well. He was the cleverest boy in the royal school. And it came the last day of the prince in the school. So he was about to leave. So he went to the headmaster and asked for the permission to leave from the school. Then the headmaster blessed the prince and permissioned the prince to leave from the school. But before leaving, the prince looked into the eyes of the headmaster and said, "Dear headmaster, when I become the king, I will send you a message and you should definitely come to visit my kingdom because I have to pay for you something." Now, the headmaster understood that the prince was giving a red light to his life. But children, he wasn't afraid of it at all because he was wise. The headmaster was very wise and he was an honest person. Now, the nature of the wise people and the honest people, children, they aren't afraid of anything. Their souls are fearless. They are ready to face both good and bad in their lives. So whether it is bad or good, they are not afraid of those things. So, when the prince gave his deathly invitation to the headmaster was silent and he kept quiet. So children, our prince made to his kingdom and met with his father and showed each and every talent that he had learned from the royal school, and King Brahmadatta was delighted about his son, and the King Brahmadatta crowned our prince as the king of Varanasi. Now children, our prince is the king of Varanasi. As soon as he became the king of the Varanasi, what he did was he sent a message to the Takshashila, to the royal school, inviting the headmaster to his kingdom because he had to take the revenge from the headmaster. He wanted to take the revenge from the headmaster. When the headmaster saw the message that has sent by the king, he thought to himself that I must not go now. When the king is new to the kingship, I must not go now. I must let the king to be matured in his kingship. I must stay a little while and after that I will definitely go to see the king. So children, few years later, when the king was matured in his kingship, our headmaster, our Mahabodhisattva, went to see the king of Varanasi. Now when the king saw the headmaster has come to his kingdom, he growled with a big laugh and said, "Oh headmaster, so you made to my kingdom. Headmaster, now it is my chance. And you are in no power, and now you are under my mercy. I still remember that day you are punishing me for just stealing a handful of sesame. And it gives me the pain even for today. Headmaster, you punished the king of Varanasi. You punished the wrong person, and for the thing that you did that day, you are going to get what you deserve today. You are going to pay from your life for what you did to me on that day. Growled the king in front of the headmaster. Now, the headmaster wasn't afraid of this threatening of the king because he was wise and he was patient. So with the serene voice, our headmaster said the most amazing thing to his life. The headmaster looked into the eyes of the king and said, "Your Majesty, when a noble person does a misdeed, when a good person does a bad thing, the people who wish all the good of him and the people who like to see the success of his future life will surely punish that person to take that person to the right path. But the teachers, the parents, they do not punish the children and the students out of anger. Your Majesty, if I did not punish you that day, you will keep on stealing as a practice and it will become a habit of yours. And once it becomes a habit, you cannot control it. And if I did not punish you that day, you will end up as a big thief but not a king. But today, you are the king of Varanasi because of my punishment. Because from that day on, you didn't steal anything from anyone. That's why you are on the throne and you have the crown and you have all this wealth and everything because of my punishment. I didn't punish you out of anger. I wished all the best of you. That's why I punished you that day, said the headmaster. When the headmaster said this, the king realized that he has done a big mistake. He fell on his knees in front of the headmaster and started apologizing from him. The king said, "Oh dear headmaster, please forgive me for what I have done to you. Because of you today I am the king, and because of you I am having all this wealth, fame and everything in my life. Dear headmaster, I think you are the best person who suits for the kingship. So today I will offer my kingdom to you. Please take my kingdom and rule this kingdom peacefully, in peace." Then the headmaster said to the king, "Rise up, my dear son. I have no desire for a kingdom, but there's an important thing, that you should rule this kingdom wisely. You should not let your anger be your master in your life. You should not get angry with anyone. You should let your kindness, compassion and wisdom to be your master. So, dear king, your majesty, please rule this kingdom wisely." And after that, children, the king was very happy and he appointed the headmaster as the chief advisor of the king. And he summoned the headmaster's family to his kingdom and gave all the comfortable things and gave what they need to live there. And after that, the king and the headmaster did many meritorious deeds, many merits, and they lived the rest of their lives very happily. And after death, they were born in heaven. So children, this Jataka story tells us that our parents, our teachers never punish us out of anger. They punish us, they blame us, and they advise us always because they really love ourselves. They want all the good happen to us. That's why they are blaming. When we do misdeeds, when we do bad things in our lives, they see our future becoming corrupted. So it is very hard to see to our parents for that our future becoming bad. So what do? Is they punish us and they blame us to take us to the right path. But they never punish us out of anger. They never be happy, or they never punish us for the fun. Ask from your parents, do they be happy? Do they become happy by punishing us? No, children, they won't be happy. So, next time when your parents, when your teachers punish you or blame you or advise you, I want you to do 3 things. These are the 3 things that you want to do when you get advices or when you get punishments. The first one, you should never get angry with the parents and the teachers. Second, you should never argue with them. The third one, humbly accept what you have done, humbly accept the misdeeds that you have done, and do not do them again. These are the 3 things that you have to do. These are the 3 things that you should practice. If you practice these 3 qualities, you will hear and you will get good advices from your parents and the teachers. So children, do not break the heart of the people who loves you the most. Your parents love you most, your teachers love you most, so do not break the heart of them. And make them happy. Tell them that you love them and tell them that you owe them. So children, I wish you all of your lives be well and happy, and may all of your good hopes become true, and may all of you realize 4 noble truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Now children, we have come to the session of meditation. So, before meditation, you should relax your body and sit in a relaxed position and make your body straight. You should sit straight. And today, we are going to do the Buddhanusati meditation. So, get ready to do the meditation. Now, let's do the Buddhanusati meditation, recalling the great qualities of our Supreme Buddha. Now, close your eyes and think according to my verse. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, eradicated passion, hatred, and delusion. Supreme Buddha, eradicated unwholesome deeds, developed wholesome deeds. Supreme Buddha, freed from all defilements. Even in secrecy, did not do any misdeeds. Eradicated unwholesome deeds. Developed wholesome deeds. Controlled sense faculties. Guarded sense faculties. Supreme Buddha eradicated the desire for seeing forms. Eradicated the desire for hearing sounds. Eradicated the desire for smelling odors. Eradicated the desire for tasting flavors. Eradicated the desire for touching tangibles. Eradicated the desire for thinking thoughts. In this way, Supreme Buddha is an Arahant. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Arahant. Supreme Buddha is Arahant. Supreme Buddha is Arahant. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, understood the suffering as a noble truth without anyone's help. Eradicated the cause of suffering as a noble truth without anyone's help. Attained the cessation of suffering as a noble truth without anyone's help. Follow the path leading to cessation of suffering as a noble truth without anyone's help. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Samma Sambuddho. Supreme Buddha is Samma Sambuddho. Supreme Buddha is Samma Sambuddho. Supreme Buddha acquired a developed mind, read others' minds, recollected past lives, saw the passing away and the rebirth of all beings. The Buddha realized the destruction of all taints, obtained the supernatural powers and great qualities. Supreme Buddha developed a great virtue, concentration and wisdom, and lived according to the great realization. In this way, my great teacher, Supreme Buddha, is Vijjacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha is Vijjacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha is Vijjacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha discovered the path to Nibbana and attained the Nibbana. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Sugato. Supreme Buddha is Sugato. Supreme Buddha is Sugato. Supreme Buddha understood all the worlds and escaped from all the worlds. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha is Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha is Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha had great power of taming others with compassion. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati. Supreme Buddha became the great teacher of all gods and humans and Brahmas. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Satta Deva Manussanam. Satta Deva Manussanam. Satta Deva Manussanam. Supreme Buddha taught this excellent Dhamma without holding anything. In this way, Supreme Buddha is Buddho. Supreme Buddha is Buddho. Supreme Buddha is Buddho. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, obtained this great powers and great qualities. My great teacher was the worthy one. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Bhagava. The Supreme Buddha is Bhagava. Supreme Buddha is Bhagava. May my homage be to the Supreme Buddha, my great teacher. I go for refuge to my great teacher, Supreme Buddha, with great respect. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now children, we have come to the good deeds session where we watch and share all the good deeds that has done by the children all around the world. So let's watch all the good deeds that has done by the children and let's be happy with them. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the good deeds session where we read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Dinu Dham and today I'm here with Devanga, Ariana, and Jaden.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Devanga. Today I'll be watching the good deeds done by Nalini Upasika and Hasi Upasika. The first meritorious deed was done by Nalini Upasika from America. She has sent a beautiful presentation about the Dhamma. She talked about respecting parents, finding good friends, and doing merit. Now let's see her video.
Dear Dhamma friends, life is short. It is like a raindrop on a leaf. We do not know when the raindrop falls. We must do as many good deeds as possible. Even if you are not rich, you can still do many good deeds. Good deeds you can do at home. Worship the Lord Buddha every day. Meditate for a little time each day. Learn at least a little bit of Dhamma every day. Worship your parents. Respect them. Don't speak with harsh words to them. Take care of them when they are old and sick. Also, when you do your work correctly, then it makes your parents happy. Good deeds you can do outside your house. Go to the temple anytime. Give dana to monks. Give food, water, clothes, and anything needed to poor people. Give water and food to animals. Even if someone blames you, scolds you, or hurts you, do not fight them back. If someone scolds you, do not say anything to them. Even if they hurt you, don't hurt them back. Be kind to anyone no matter what they do. How do you find good friends? If someone is worshipping the Lord Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, doing good deeds, helping their parents, giving things to others in need, then he or she will be a good friend to you. If you have nothing to give to someone, don't be sad. You can save a little bit of the food you eat, and when you wash your plate, and think, may the food and water on my plate be food and water to the animals on the earth. And when you walk on the street, road, or on sand, think, when I am walking, may my feet not hurt any small beings on the earth. Sharing merits. We share lots of merit with 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿 Swaminwahansa, Mirror of Dhamma Swaminwahansa, and all the monks and nuns around the world. We also share merit with the children who practice the Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Theravada Saranai, Namo Buddhaya. Nalini Pereira from America.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Life is short. As children, we should do good deeds often. Many merits to Nalini Upasika for sending this beautiful presentation. Also, many merits for Devanga Upasika for doing the voiceover.
You can also create short 1 to 2 minute presentations or videos about any Dhamma topic or any meritorious deed you have done. You can then send them to our email address. We can share them with the whole world and rejoice in that merit.
The next meritorious deed was done by Hasi Upasika from England, who is 3 years old. She has shared beautiful pictures of her helping her parents and learning the singular alphabet.
Let's see the picture. G, ch, j, t, d, n, d, m, p, b, m, j, l, v, sh.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Many merits for helping your parent at such a young age. We are very proud of you for learning the singular alphabet. Many merits to Dinu Dham Ayya for making the video. We should all do meritorious deeds like Hasi Upasika.
If you have any photos of any meritorious actions, you could send them to our email address, which will appear on the screen. We all will rejoice in your good deeds, and we can share it with the whole world. Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help to propagate the Dhamma and help others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Theravada Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. We have now come to the world news and the Buddha's great message session, where we read the news that happen all around the world and what lessons we can learn from these news according to the Supreme Buddha's teachings. My name is Ding. Many people like to share their family photos, personal details on social media, but they never think about the consequences. Let's see the news now. Proud parents are being warned not to post photos of their children on their first day of school without the appropriate privacy settings. Photos posted online of a child's first day at school can reveal a lot of personal information. When you upload these photos, who can see them? Family members, friends, and many unknown people we have never met before, but we have added them as friends on social media. These people can be good people, also can be bad people like thieves and paedophiles. So in the first place, I don't understand why you want to share your photos and personal information with strangers. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with taking photos of your children. But my question is, why do you want to share them with the whole wide world? Because of your sharing, you are putting your child's life at risk. Many people don't follow the Buddha's teachings. They don't know about the precepts. Their minds are always corrupted with lustful thoughts. So when you share your personal information and photos with them, their lustful thoughts will arise in their corrupted mind. Majority of times, these informations lead to kidnapping, murdering, child abuse, and many more crimes. Therefore, my dear Dhamma friends, social media is something we should avoid at all costs. There are many disadvantages than advantages.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Amasha. Our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, is the knower of all worlds. He knows the qualities of all worlds and the way beings are born in these different worlds. Supreme Buddha said, "You will be born again and your destinations will decide on your actions that you have done from your body, speech and mind. For example, if you kill living beings, you will have a short lifespan. Also, if you steal other people's things, your wealth will go and you will be poor." Now let's listen to a story.
The woman, who is in her early 30s, has been in an induced coma since giving birth to a baby boy last month. The University Hospitals of Leicester NHS Trust said her chances of survival were slim and ending life support treatment was in her best interests. Her family, who were Muslim, asked for more time for treatment and said they believed only God could end life. A specialist told the judge her pancreas had stopped functioning, one lung had died, and staff had tried everything. Her chances of making any meaningful recovery with the COVID are slim, he said. The feeling of the whole team is that she has reached the point where it is in essence zero.
In some cases, children will do this to their parents. If the children agree with the doctors, then they will unplug the machines. As a result, the mother or father will die. Then, these children will collect bad deeds by committing grave offences. If someone engages in grave offences, they will definitely be born in hell. Some people might think parents are suffering too much, so we are doing a favour to our parents by unplugging the machine. Let me ask a few questions to clarify the doubts that we have in our minds. What is the reason for the parents to die like this? Because the children have agreed to remove the plug. So who did the evil deed? The children. So who will collect the demerits? The children. So my dear Dhamma friends, do not do any bad deeds like this. Even if your parents are suffering a lot on their deathbeds, do not ever agree to unplug the machine. We cannot stop death. A great teacher said that you are going to this endless samsara. You have to face aging, sickness and dying. That's the nature of life. So try to understand the true nature of life and try to escape from the suffering. We will all see you next week. Namo Buddhaya.
Now children, we have come to the session of Paritha chanting. So to chant Paritha, you better take the Mahamevnawa Pali English Paritha chanting book and turn to page 24. Today we are going to chant the Karaniya Metta Sutta. So let's chant this amazing sutta. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Chant with me. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santam padang abhisamicca sakko ujuca sujuca suaco chassa mudu anatimani. One skilled in good, wishing to attain the state of peace, Nibbana, shouldn't act thus. He shouldn't be clever, upright, exceedingly upright, obedient and gentle, humble. Santussa kocha subharocha appakichocha sallavkavutti santindriyocha nipakhocha appagabho kulesu ananugiddho. He should be content, easy to support, with few duties, living lightly, controlled in senses, discerning, cautious and unattached to families. Nacha kuddang samachare kinchi yena vinyu pare upavadeyum sukhino vakhemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. One should not do any slight wrong which the wise might censure. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Ye kechipana bhutati tasava thavarava anavasesa digha ye mahantava majjhima rasakanukatula. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, timid or fearless, long or large, medium, short, subtle or gross, dittha vayeva addittha ye cha dure vasanti avidure bhuta va sambhavesi va sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. Visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Neparo parang nikubbete nati manyete katta chinang kanchi vyarosena pathiga sanya nanya manyasa dukkhamicceya. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. Mata yata niyam puttam ayusa eka manurakke. Evam sabba bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanam as a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate boundless loving kindness. Mittancha sabba lokasming manasam bhavaye aparimanam uddhang adhocha tiriyancha asambadhang avirang asapattam. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving kindness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Titthang charang nisinno va sayano va yavatassa vigata middho etang sating adittheya brahmametang viharang idhamaho. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or whenever awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Dittincha anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno kamesu vinaya gedhang nahi jatu gabhaseyang punareti. Not falling into wrong ways, but virtuous and possessing right way, removing desire for sensual pleasures, one comes never again to birth in the womb. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now children, we have come to the session of merit sharing, and it is the final session of the Mirror of Dhamma program. So today, the Mirror of Dhamma program is sponsored by Mr. 𝐒𝐨𝐜𝐢𝐴 and Mr. 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐼 𝐺𝐼𝐸𝐼𝐴 from Toronto Mahamevnawa Asapur Dhamma School. First of all, let's share all the merits that we collected today with all the gods who protect the Gautam Buddha's dispensation. May all the gods rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, and may they protect all of us and all the family members of Mr. 𝐶𝐸𝐻 as well as Mr. 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐼 𝐺𝐼𝐸𝐼𝐴's family members, and may all the gods protect the children all around the world, and may all the gods bless for the construction of the Chaitya in Toronto Asapur, as well as the construction of Mahamevnawa English Dhamma Center in Colombo, and may all the gods protect the innocent people who has affected from coronavirus, and finally may all the gods rejoice in this merit, and may all the gods realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And let's share the merits that we collected today with all the departed relatives. The departed grandfather of Mevan, Senon and Chamudi sons and daughters, Mr. U.A. Dayaratne, may he rejoice in this merit, and may all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this merit, and may all the departed relatives escape from this samsara as soon as possible. And let's share all the merits that we gained today with our Kalyana Mitra, Pinwath Loku Swaminwahansa and Pinwath Jivananda Swaminwahansa, Vijitavansa Swaminwahansa, Rohanakirti Swaminwahansa, and all the monks and the nuns all around the world rejoice in this merit, and may Mahasangha be well and happy, and may they realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Let's share the merits with Senila who is turning 13 today, and Senaya Duwa, and Mevan Puta, Senon Puta, and Chamudi Duwa. May all of these sons and daughters rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, and may their education become successful, and may their all good hopes become true, and may they be healthy, happy, and live in peace, and may they realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And let's share the all merits with Mr. Sujiva Dekumpiti and all of his family members, and Mr. Upali Jayasuri Arachige and all of his family members, the families who are sponsoring for this Dhamma program today. May all of them rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, and may they live long, and may their good hopes become true, and may they realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And let's share all the merits with the Kalyana Mittas and Dhamma school teachers, Dhamma school friends, and may they be well and happy, and may they live long, and may they be able to learn this wonderful Dhamma from the Kalyana Mittas' help, and may all of them realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Let's share all the merits with the people who have been affected by the coronavirus, by the ultimate power of the triple gems and by the power of this merit. May they be well and happy, and let's wish them, may they recover from the coronavirus as soon as possible. And finally, let's share all the merits that we gained today with all the children who watched this Dhamma program, this Mirror of Dhamma program, and the children all around the world. May all of you be well and happy, and may all of you have a good education. May all of your good hopes become true, and may all of you be healthy, happy, and may all of you be protected from the coronavirus, and may all of you finally realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So children, we have come to the end of the Mirror of Dhamma program for today. So let's meet with another interesting teaching of our great teacher Supreme Buddha in the next week. I wish you all, may all of you be well and happy, and may all of you realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai.